Thanks, Chris, for agreeing to the interview. Look, what we're looking to find out, what are the pros and cons? I want to build a house.
Okay, yep.
I've got a block of land. I want to build a house. Do I go to a builder, choose something off a plan, and say, yeah, well, I like that one, build that on my place? Or do I go down the avenue that you did, where you're an owner builder? You basically handle the bloody thing yourself. And that comes with a lot of headaches, wouldn't it?
I did, and there's two concepts you can look at here. There's a balancing act. One, I'm in the trade to start with. I know a lot of tradesmen. I've been in the building industry a long time. But
you're not a builder yourself.
I'm not a builder, that's right. But the biggest difference I find is if you go to a builder and you say, this is the plan, they have a structured price.
Yep.
They have structured finance. Your bank will not hesitate to possibly lend you money for that structured plan. As an owner builder, you don't have that luxury. The banks will not lend you money like they would to a builder.
Okay.
For me, I had to be self-funded.
Oh, that never even occur to me. Okay.
So that makes obviously a big difference to start with.
Okay.
The bank will look at you differently.
Ah, okay.
Number one. Obviously, that's a huge issue for a lot of people.
Well, yeah, I can imagine he would be, when they're just trying to raise a deposit, let alone fund the whole bloody building.
But on the other scope of it, you go to a builder and you pick a plan, you've got a more fixed price, you're limited on the decisions you make, and for some people, that's a lot easier to do. Here's 5 colours to choose from, here's 5 bricks to choose from.
Yep.
In my aspect, the board's open. Choose what you want to choose.
Yes.
But that comes with a cost. Good things cost money.
Yeah.
That's the downside to that aspect of it. Okay. You go into a builder, you have more of a fixed price. They've structured down to they have better buying power than what I would.
And that's how their profit margin comes in, of course.
Or they can bring the cost to sustainability.
Yeah.
The market says a house is worth $400,000. We can produce $400,000 houses.
Right.
For me, for an example being, the bricklayer will charge $1.60 a brick for a normal brick. For my house, it's $12 a brick to lay it.
Why?
Because it's a bigger block. You can only lay so many blocks in a day. The brick is more expensive as well.
Yeah.
It changes the aspect, but that's a choice that I get as an owner builder.
Yeah.
I can then develop further, but costs also rise with it.
But I mean, the common belief is that as an owner builder, you get to save a lot of money.
Well, that's true to some aspects.
Yeah.
In my case, it was very true.
Okay.
All right. Because I drew the plans, I gave them to my drafty. He had to just basically copy them. They didn't have to spend hours producing plans.
So you drew your own plans?
Yeah. We spent 2.5 years designing the house. We spent 6 months back and forth with the designers to get to what we wanted to.
But you're not a draftsman. You're not an architect.
That's true. I'm not. And that's where time sort of starts going away from cost as well. The custom builder, not the custom builder, the builder that you go to, they've already done all that work. All that research has been done.
That's true. And once they've done it, they just reproduce that same friggin'
slightly.
house.
They might change
the
width of the house, the length of the house, the room sizes slightly. But we've gone a whole different scale of things. So I drew it, I've passed it on, and then I built it. I spent my time out here till 12 o'clock every night. Went to bed, up at 6 in the morning, to go to work, to come home, to do it again for 2 years.
Right.
Did I save money? Lots. Thousands. Hundreds of thousands in my case.
Okay.
Right? But I put the hours in. I wasn't paying people to do it. I had my kids helping, my wife helping.
Yep.
We all put in. That's labour that we weren't paying out.
And that's where the big cost is.
That's where the savings start coming towards me.
Okay. Okay, so with those savings, you can... Well, that's the upside. Because you're making all these savings, which means you can use more quality materials and more quality appliances that you wouldn't get in a spec home.
Yes, exactly right. Or on the other scale, I was able to build a house that I couldn't afford to build. In the sense being is, I might have had $600,000 to build my house. I couldn't build this house for $600,000. But the time we put in, the savings we created, enabled me to spend more money.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of. However, there are downsides too, aren't there?
Oh, there definitely is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just remembering you told me one where you got stung, where you thought I'm on a winner. I've done a good deal, and you got stung.
I did get stung. You're right. My windows, perfect example. We
Yeah.
put a deposit down. We've ordered our windows. They've given me a date for the windows to come in. I ring them a couple of weeks beforehand. I'm on schedule. Where are my windows? They're coming over here in 2 weeks' time. No worries. As most reputable companies, you believe them. Well, in my case, I was getting stitched. They're coming. 5 months later, I still don't have windows. 5.5 months later, they stop answering the phone.
Oh,
He took me deposit, ran with my money. We had to start again. 8-month delay on our house.
which means you also, well, never more. Okay, you've lost that money.
Yes.
Yeah. You don't have the windows. Yeah. Now you got to reorder and start again ordering those windows.
Exactly right. So the money I thought I was going to save, I ended up spending anyhow, and someone pocketed my money.
Yep.
There is a downfall because, like I said, you're trying to use some people that you don't have good relationships with,
Yep.
and you're trying to save some money. Sometimes saving the money costs you money.
Yeah.
You learn. That's one of the downsides of being an owner builder. You don't know everybody, and you can't. I'm not going to say not trust everybody, because 99% of people out there are good people to work for.
Yep.
But things happen. They went bust. It happens. It can happen. to
Hey,
any
look,
company.
builders are going bust all over the place at the moment.
Exactly right.
So, yeah. Okay.
Right. But that was one of my big unfortunates. But we moved on from it, and I have a beautiful home because of it now.
Yeah.
I went to a couple of companies, put it out there that this is what happened. I had a company step up and said, you know what, it's unfortunate. We'll help you out. They had windows here in 4 weeks for me.
Wow.
Reputable company.
Wow.
Right.
Okay. Well, you've certainly built a big place, and I notice you're on a bit of acreage. How big a property is this?
So this is 1.7 acres.
1.7. Okay, I don't know why I had 1 acre in mind, but yeah, it's
it's a little bit bigger
1.7.
than that.
Okay,
No.
that's nice.
Yeah.
Well, you put in a lot of work, and as you say, you're doing it all yourself. So, wow, it's impressive.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It is. But I mean, the fact that you put in all the sweats for years to do it makes it even more so.
Yeah, it's pleasing. I guess one of the downfalls being the owner builder, I don't get the wow factor. When you build a house for a builder, you get to come in, open that door, it's all new.
Yeah.
You get to walk in and say, wow,
Yeah.
look at my new house. For me, I'm here day in, day out. I never got that wow factor
Yeah.
because I'm in the house every day for 2 years
Yeah.
working. I see the progress as it happens. When you walk back in the next day, you're like, oh, I did that last night, because you sort of forget. But you don't get that wow factor.
Yeah.
No,
that
everybody
makes
else
sense.
gets the wow factor, but
That makes a lot of sense.
Oh.
That makes a lot of sense. Last question.
yep.
Knowing what you know now.
Would I do it again?
Yeah.
100% I would do it again.
Okay.
But what would you do anything different?
What I would do different, I think I would try and pay a few more trades to do some of the work that we done, but we could have done to a better quality if we paid a tradesman to do.
Okay. But then that would lower that saving or that profit that you would otherwise would
It
have
certainly would, but it also speed the time frame up.
made. Okay.
So that is the balancing factor, I guess. We got to the point, it was November 22, and I'm like, I want to be in the house by December 1.
Yep.
We were really pushing it at that point because I didn't have the time. It was Christmas. My business was booming at that time. So what do I have to focus on? My own house, or continue my business is going to make me the income afterwards?
Yeah, of course.
So if I would have paid a few more trades, I could have probably kept my business flowing, and it would impact me, but not as much.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's one of the biggest things I would look at doing. If I would pay a few more trades, but
Well-
be very specific on what trades I did look at. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's very interesting. Well, it makes it interesting from even more so for someone who has never been into this before or contemplated doing it. And so I hope they get something out of it
Oh, so
from
do I,
someone
guys.
with experience.
Well, let's say this is my first one, and I don't think it's going to be my last.
It's not. Wow.
So
okay, not going to be your last.
No, I enjoyed it. Like I said, it was long hours, and you know, it's worth the headache. But the money I saved, I'm not saying everybody's going to save that sort of money, but the money I saved, it was well worth it.
Okay. Well, that's
which is all
brilliant.
luck.
I'm not trying it.
No, everyone to their own, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
that's it.
no. But there's lots of people out there do it.
I hope they save like you save.
I hope so too.
Although I don't think that's the case in every case.
It's definitely not. Actually, in saying that, a lot of owner builders that I do know end up spending more money than what they have, because they do get to the point they keep scaling up, and before they know it, their money's gone.
Yep.
Because it doesn't take long when you start from the very start, and then you get to the very end. The very end's actually some of the most expensive parts: joinery, kitchen, bathrooms, all that sort of stuff. That's where the money can start. You can buy a $20 tile, or you can buy a $100 tile. It changes the
And
dramatics.
you fall in love with something specific, and you don't realise just how much that is once you lay it all.
That's right.
Yeah.
So,
That
but
make-
good luck, guys, because at the end of the day, you can make or break.
But in your case, all the hard work paid off. So
It definitely did.
Good luck to you.
No.
I hope you guys got something out of this, because I certainly did. Not that I'm going to try being an owner. But we built a house on acreage, but I didn't get my hands dirty at all.
Yeah,
I got a builder to come in. There it is, and like you said, I got that wow factor. You didn't.
I definitely did it, yeah. And I have a wow factor house, but I didn't get the wow factor.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No.
If you like what you saw, give us a like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.